I'll be talking about partnership in the fashion and luxury sector. So first, I'm going to be giving an introduction. That's the webinar overview. I'll be sharing a bit about the Africa Fashion Law, and also there is like a question and answer session. Under the partnership in the fashion and luxury sector section, I'll be looking at the types of partnerships, case studies. I'll be giving examples of partnerships in view of the types. Then I'll be going over the misconceptions about partnerships. Then on seeking and executing partnerships, I'll be going over the documentations required, the contracts required, and the terms, the contract terms. Next slide. Okay, so every creative needs a partner. So partnership is a vital aspect in the development of every industry, and we can see this in the global fashion industry and even in the Nigerian fashion industry. We can see like a lot of partnerships with the music industry. We can see that with the um, film industry, we can see a lot of partnerships. So partnerships and collaborations are generally important, especially if a creative or a fashion entrepreneur has the intention to scale their business. So here on that global market, we can see that partnerships and collaborations have been a constant in the evolution of fashion businesses. We have like visionary entrepreneurs from the inception of fashion, from Coco Chanel, there was a form of partnership, to Balenciaga, to Christian Dior. There were several forms of partnerships that led all these businesses to grow to this point, to the point that we recognize them as global fashion brands. Then even in the African fashion space, although we have like a lot of SMEs, fashion SMEs, equally we can also see a lot of collaborations, a lot of partnerships towards promoting the African fashion and also towards like general businesses. So about the Africa Fashion Law Services, the Africa Fashion Law is dedicated to providing legal and business support for the advancement of fashion businesses in Africa. So we go beyond like the traditional legal services. We are generally your strategic partner invested in the success of our clients. So if you're in the fashion industry, you're in the luxury sector, we're primarily here for you. We ensure that our legal solutions meet your business needs. Okay, so moving on to the next slide. So about myself, my name is Annie Oti. I am a lawyer called to the bar in Nigeria, and I have a vast experience in the fashion and luxury sector. And I'm sure that I didn't like write so much about myself because I like having experience or like the lessons that you all would learn. I believe that that would be a testament to my experience. Okay, so moving forward, expected results. By being a part of this webinar, you will get an understanding, an enhanced understanding of partnerships, and you have the knowledge of the legal factors to consider when going into partnerships or collaborations. Is partnership. Partnership, oftentimes, people have the conception that partnerships is like, oh, when two people decide that they want to start a business. But partnerships go beyond just when two parties intend to start a business. Partnerships can be collaboration. We'll go through the different types of partnerships, but the thing is, like, partnerships, yes, there are businesses that you have maybe two people that own the business. That is a partnership. Or they have like three people that own the business or multiple people that own the business. That is a partnership. Partnership is primarily a collaborative relationship between two or more entities. So it can be individuals, it can be organizations, it can be businesses, it can be groups, as long as they agree to work together towards a common goal. And how is a partnership attained? Partnerships primarily leverage the strengths, the resources, and expertise of each party to achieve mutually beneficial outcomes. So I'll believe that primarily I have like a lot of entrepreneurs and creatives here. So in building your business generally, you would need to like develop some sort of partnerships, whether in running your business, whether in on an operation level, or whether in a creative level. One way or the other, you would need to collaborate, to have partners. Okay, so the importance of partnership in creative businesses. So growth, scalability and growth. So, partnership can facilitate business expansion into new markets, regions, or product lines that might be difficult to achieve independently. So, sometimes a business, maybe an emerging business, might decide to partner with a bigger organization, or in a different capacity, and yeah, the achievement can be expansion into a new market, or a new region, or a new product line. And sometimes it might be difficult to achieve this independently, but upon partnership, it is something that would be achieved. Then also, partnership streamlines operations. So we can talk about resource sharing. Partnerships can lead to more efficient operations by combining resources. So, in production, there are several manufacturing companies in Nigeria that manufacture outfits. So, as a creative, as an entrepreneur, you can delegate, or work with a manufacturing company to take out the burden of manufacturing. You can work with a logistics company to take out the burden of thinking about, okay, maybe I need my own logistics company. Or you can take out the burden of even creativity, like creating designs, maybe working with another designer, or working with is it a visual artist. So, like, it definitely comes down to your preference, what you would want to achieve. Then also the legal and business support. Partnerships with legal and business experts can help navigate the complexity of, like contract, intellectual property, strategic planning, financial management, and compliance. Then there's the enhanced credibility and trust. So sometimes you might partner with another party, and because of the brand equity that a business has built, your business would benefit from that brand equity, just by virtue of a partnership. So that's why I have here reputation boosts. Then also risk mitigation. A project that maybe an individual is capable to go into, a partnership can be a form of a risk mitigation, where there is a shared responsibilities, and partnership. Partnerships distributes the risk among the partners, making it easier to manage financial uncertainties and business challenges. Of expanded market reach, broad audience. So generally, there are several importance towards partnerships. So types of partnerships in the fashion and luxury sector. So we have creative collaborations. So creative collaborations primarily involves partnerships focused on generating innovative and unique products, designs, and marketing concepts. Operational partnerships. This is a collaboration that focuses on improving the efficiency, quality, and effectiveness of the business day-to-day operations. Then professional partnership. This involves alliances with experts and firms that provide specialized knowledge and services essential for business success. So we're going to go over each type one after the other. Creative collaboration can be divided into three. I'm sure if you guys research for that, you would see other forms of creative collaboration. But for now, this is what I'm going to be going. This is what I'm going to be going over. So creative collaborations. So I'll just be taking each of the types one after the other, starting with creative collaborations. So we have creative collaborations and other creative collaborations. We have design collaborations, brand collaborations, influencer and celebrity collaborations. So for designer collaboration, this is where maybe two fashion designers or a high-end brand collaborates with a renowned or emerging fashion designer to create limited edition collections. So for designers or entrepreneurs, your product line does not have to end with just what you create. You can collaborate with other brands. You can take out proposals to high-end brands and tell them, okay, you have this design and you feel it would be a great limited edition that suits their vision and product line generally. Then next up, there's the artistic collaboration, collaborating with visual artists, and this can result in unique and innovative product designs, blending art with fashions. I'm going to give you guys case studies examples. This is an example of design collaboration. So this is Nike and Martine Rose. So she's a UK designer. She's a UK designer. She makes fashion outfits, and she had this collaboration, I think maybe last year, with Nike. And this is Hola of Lagos. You all know that Nike is in Nigeria or is in Lagos. So he has this collaboration, and this is what we target as visual artist collaboration here. So going on to the next tab, we have brand collaborations, luxury brand collaborations. Two luxury brands may team up to create a co-branded collection or product line, combining their brand equity and reaching a broader audience. So two brands, um, luxury brands, or even two brands generally, like you're starting up and you think, okay, I can collaborate with another fashion designer to create a distinctive collection, and both parties would just like split the percentage in a fair way. I'm still going to come down to the documentations, but from here, the luxury brand partnerships. Then next, we have cross-industry collaborations. So fashion brands may partner with companies from other industries. Partnership does not have to end within the industry or even just within the creative industry. So I know oftentimes businesses are looking to partner with film, with music, but it doesn't have to end there. So I'm going to give you guys an example of brand collaboration. So this is an example of brand collaborations. Here we have Fendi and Versace. They had a collection that they launched together at some points, and it was called Fendance. So this is an example. Then there was a time Louis Vuitton had a collaboration with BMW. So this is a cross-industry collaboration. Generally, you can think beyond the box. I know there was a collaboration with Hermes and Apple. There are several examples of cross-industry collaborations. If you want to pitch this, or you have an idea that you like to pitch to, like maybe a company, you need to ensure that what you're marketing fits what they're selling. It's partnership and collaborations are primarily value exchange towards a common goal, towards a common outcome. So moving on, influencers and celebrity collaboration. So influencers primarily partnering with fashion influencers for co-design collections or promotional campaigns can leverage, their large following. So like partner with an influencer, like okay, on a collection or just on something, it's also like an opportunity. Here you'll be leveraging on maybe their large following and brand visibility. Next off, celebrities, still under influencer and celebrity collaborations. So celebrities often collaborate with fashion brands to create exclusive lines or serve as brand ambassadors. We have Nigerians. So I'm sure you're all aware of this thing called Fashion. She had a collaboration with a hair store, the Bell store, and they had the Body hair collection for a bit of time. You can check out the Bell store to see the collection. So this is like an example of an influencer collaboration. Then Osas, Igodaro, and Zephyrs and Co. This is an example of a celebrity collaboration. So moving on, production partnerships. So here we have manufacturing companies collaborating with specialized manufacturers, which can enhance the quality and efficiency of manufacturing processes. So the thing about partnerships and collaborations is that when you think about it, you're trying to take out, delegates, reduce the burden that you would normally have on yourself, whether you're doing everything manufacturing, doing logistics, doing partnerships, collaborations take that burden. You don't have to do everything, honestly. That's why like there are like other businesses or other, let's say, supplementary businesses that can help businesses generally to achieve their goals. So here we have manufacturing companies, then we have sustainable production. Partnering with eco-friendly manufacturers can help brands meet sustainable goals. So sustainable goals is like a major thing for fashion brands. ESG is a major thing for the world right now. Like the world is generally pushing for environmental sustainable goals. So environmental and social governance, like it's very important. So sustainable production is something that a lot of businesses are factoring in as they're growing over time. So I'm just going to give you guys an example of production partnerships. So here we have Luxottica and Safilo. So all the amazing sunglasses that you guys see, Valentino, D&G, Dior, Banana Republic, Tommy Hilfiger, Marc Jacobs, Fendi, Swatch, all the shades and all that you guys see. It's Luxottica and Safilo that makes the production. They are the ones, it's not the companies that are in charge of the manufacturing or the production. It's Luxottica and Safilo. So this is an Italian company. So I guess that's why my pronunciation is a bit not so amazing. All right, moving on, Adidas and Pali for the oceans. So Adidas has a collaboration for Pali for the oceans, and they supply this. You see the white parts on the shoe here. They supply that, and Adidas can meet their sustainable goals, their targets as regards to sustainability, and also they are making products that is beneficial to the environment, and they're making money. So yeah, it's just important that we think towards futuristic production partnerships. So next of supply chain partnerships, we have the logistics providers. Partnerships with logistics companies can streamline the distribution here, and I'm sure if you're running a fashion business, you have a delivery service as here. So logistics providers. Then we have material suppliers. So collaborating with high quality material suppliers ensures access to premium fabric and components essential for maintaining brand quality. So for designers, for entrepreneurs, you don't always have to go to the market. You can have a supplier and you tell the supplier, okay, let me know when you have new stocks, send me pictures, let me know what I can work with. Develop relationships with suppliers. This is something that I know that like in learning about fashion is something that a lot of designers back then, like let's say from the inception of the idea of fashion designing, this is something that they were incredibly invested in, that is collaborating with material suppliers. So this is just something that you guys need to ensure that you have in check. So example here is um, I'm sure we all know about okay, can I pronounce this? I will try. Um, Mersek. Okay. So Inditex partners with this transportation company, which is a very popular company. I'm sure we see their containers everywhere. And primarily, the goal is to reduce maritime transport emissions. Then next off, we have Ralph and Lauren with Doe material. So with Doe, so this is they supply like um, the shirt materials for Ralph Lauren. So you'll see that a lot of businesses sometimes they have a vertical integrated supply chain, and sometimes they have like a supply chain that has where they delegate, or they have contractors, they work with other companies. You need to just decide what type of organization do you want to run. For an early business, you can decide, okay, I want to delegate so that things might be faster, so that I can deliver faster. So like now for Inditex, which is Zara, at some point they were working with DHL, and the goal with DHL was so that they could meet their delivery standards, so worldwide. And it was like, okay, they have to deliver at a particular point, and they had to go for the fastest delivery company then, and that was DHL. So like I said, it depends on what your goal is, and your goal should be to be efficient, to be you know your goal should be primarily to be efficient generally. So next of technology partnerships, we have tech companies integrating advanced technologies through partnerships with tech firms, and this can enhance customer experience and operational efficiency. And also we have e-commerce platforms. So partnering with robust e-commerce platforms can improve online sales and global reach. So examples here, this is just an example. Nike has a new product. I think it was just launched this month, and it's with a company that provides health, muscle, tech solutions, and they have this new shoe. So, or rather, sneakers. So, this is just an idea of a collaboration which is futuristic. It helps, like, people that are trying to be healthy and stay healthy. So yeah, there is a goal, and both parties are meeting each other at their needs. Nike has the brand equity, the brand name, and they're both companies are like in the same industry anyways. Then next up we have Bumper is a Nigerian company, and I know that they're doing exceptionally well, selling fashion items. Like they have a platform which fashion businesses can leverage on to sell their products easily. I think they have like invoice solutions, and I think people are generally buying into this at the moment. So I just decided to share with you all because I feel it would be highly beneficial. Okay, so moving on, professional partnerships. So we have the legal and compliance partnerships. So legal experts collaborating with legal experts ensure compliance with international trade laws, intellectual property protection, and contractual agreements. So generally, in running your business, there are several aspects to it which I have tried, like I've broken down here. I feel that each and every one of you would understand this. So legal is equally a very important aspect, especially when it comes into intellectual property law. So even in deciding the design, like your from your creative process, once you decide that okay, you want to design a collection, once you decide that you want to have a partner, you need to ensure that you have a legal expert, a law firm that can guide you through it. And yeah, that's us, the Africa Fashion Law Services. So the Africa Fashion Law, like I said earlier, provides legal and business solutions for fashion creatives in the fashion industry, and we ensure that our legal solutions meets fashion businesses at the point of their needs. So moving on, we have financial partnerships. So investors and venture capitalists. Securing financial partnerships can provide the capital needed for expansion, new projects, and innovation. So something I've realized about fashion SMEs and SMEs generally in Nigeria, the SMEs are part of there's a report by the International Financial Corporation and the World Trade Organization about the ECOWAS 4. And the thing is that about SMEs is that SMEs are not really buying into taking out investment or having investment in their business. And it's important that SMEs look into this. Banks like GTB, Providus are making provisions for this, for loans, for different finance opportunities, because building a business credit is important. Like building a business credit is important. A lot of businesses that you guys might like, everybody might look up to, and all. A lot of them they take loans and they pay back their loans, thus they're able to build their credits. So like it's just important that businesses you think towards this, because for a financial organization to want to partner with you, they're not just going to look at your financial statements, they're also going to look at okay, how responsible has a business been towards trade loans, and several other aspects. I know everybody wants grants, but loans are not so bad. Financial advisors. So partnering with financial advisors can equally help to manage finances, optimize budgets, and plan for long-term goals. Okay, so these are just like some examples, which are fashion specific. So we have Bermian Ventures. They're like an investment and venture capitalist company primarily for fashion and the creative industry. So you guys can check it out. I think they have like different accelerators that they create, and they also like offer financial fundings every now and then. And also, like I mentioned, GTB has something credit for SMEs, and Providus Bank has something also for SMEs. So next up, we have Anna Capital's partners. This is like a finance advisory company, which is they're equally grounded in fashion. They've done a lot of things in fashion, so you guys can check them out. Next up, we have marketing and PR. So your business does not just end in the creation process. It does not just end in ensuring that you have your production in check. It does not just end in let's say that the business area is in check, or you have launched your collection or your finance, you've got an investment. You also need to market. Nowadays we have primarily, what's it called, social media, but like there's several avenues, there's several peer companies. I don't think I added an example here. Oh, I don't think I added an example for this, but I know that there's Rhetoric, there's EATD. There's the ATD PR organization. So PR firms primarily help you manage media relations, handle crisis, and boost brand reputation. So like I said, there's EATD, there is Rhetoric PR. Then for the marketing agencies, there are several marketing agencies that businesses can work with. And if for now you cannot, or collaborate with to achieve like your primary goal towards marketing. And the thing about marketing agencies is that I think they bring a level of professionalism, and also the way you know your work is the way they know their work, and they know it well, the way you know your work well. So I'm just going to move on to professional partnerships. So educational and research partnerships. So Fashion institutions. Partnering with fashion schools and institutes can provide access to fresh talents, innovative ideas, and cutting edge research. So I know in Nigeria there are like plenty fashion schools, like maybe not just in Nigeria, like all around. If you guys can check out the council, CIAFE, you see that there are plenty. There's several institutions, but primarily, I think one institution in Nigeria is the Yaba Tech. They have like a degree for fashion there. So for a company that intends to grow or that wants to build their business towards global standard, looking at Yaba Tech or institutions that are verified, where you can get people that have like degrees and or people that are like they're really learned in their work, then you can partner with your schools or even like generally just schools in general. You can partner with schools to get fresh talent, innovative ideas, and cutting edge research. Sometimes we don't really emphasize on the importance of research. Like research in businesses is super important. Research in fashion, the creative process, down to the distribution process is important. So research organizations, collaborations with research organizations can drive innovation. So yeah, next of misconceptions about partnerships. So I've heard partnerships don't involve significant financial investments. I'm sure with the examples that I've given you guys now, you guys know that partnerships require significant investments. So the reality is that partnerships, especially in the fashion industry, it requires substantial financial investment, especially when it involves production, marketing, distribution, or even just hiring specialized talent. So generally, like for the reason why you're in business, apart from fashion, money is a crucial component. So next up, partnerships don't require formal agreement. I've heard people say, this person is my friend, this person is my family, this person is this, so I don't require an agreement. I want to maintain the relationship, so I don't want an agreement to seem too serious. But formal agreements are essential in partnerships to clearly define roles and responsibilities, financial commitments, intellectual property rights. You don't want to be giving out your IP without knowing that you're giving out your IP, or losing your IP without knowing that you're losing your IP. And when I say IP, I mean intellectual property rights. And next up, we have dispute resolution. So when there are like issues, sometimes people will be like, oh, there will never be issues. But sometimes issues come about. So what form of resolution are you applying? Do you want to go to court? Is it going to be a negotiation? Is it going to be a mediation? This has to be, discussed prior to the agreements or prior to the partnership being established. Still, on partnerships don't require formal agreements. Informal arrangements can lead to misunderstandings and conflict and potentially, ruin a partnership altogether. So, so the first one was partnerships don't involve significant financial investment, and the last misconception is that partnerships are only about financial benefits. So reality is that partnerships can provide a wide range of benefits beyond financial gains, including brand visibility, access to new markets, shared knowledge and expertise, and enhanced innovation. So the value of a partnership often lies in the combination of these factors and several other factors. So the documents that will be required. So you've decided, okay, as an entrepreneur, I want to collaborate, or I want to, just even have maybe a manufacturing company that I'll be working with. I'll be paying them this. They'll be delivering this number. You need to like have a company profile and your partnership proposal, or generally your collaboration proposal. Then next off, you need a non-disclosure agreement, especially when it's idea-based. So, for instance, if somebody is starting a business, like I mentioned earlier, if you're starting a business and you want to work with somebody at the onset, it's a partnership. Also, if you've started your business and you want to work with other parties, you want other people to you want to delegate to other organizations, you want to delegate, yeah, they'll say it's like collaborations, independent contractors relationship, or it's some form of you're paying for a service, but in the long run you're establishing some sort of partnerships, relationships. A creative cannot do everything by themselves. You can try to do some, but you can't really do all. So non-disclosure agreements, especially if you're starting a new business, after you provide the idea, you're also sharing a non-disclosure agreement, primarily to protect sensitive information shared during partnership discussions. Next up, we have letter of intent. So this is an indication of a preliminary commitment to move forward with the partnership negotiation. Then next up is memorandum of understanding. So this is generally like, okay, it's not memorandum of understandings are not binding. However, like they provide like an understanding between the parties that are going to be involved in the partnerships or like in the partnership. And after this, you have to get your agreements. A memorandum of understanding, like I said, is not binding. So yeah, it's just important to have your agreement after this. Then next up, you have your operational plan and you have your marketing plan. So that's between the parties involved, whether it's for a paid service, whether it's for a long-term collaboration, short-term collaboration. Yeah. So now let's go over the possible contracts or agreements that will be required. So a collaboration agreement is one that formalizes the relationship between two or more parties working together on a specific project or series of projects. So that's a collaboration agreement. So two parties are working together on a specific project or series of projects. The next up, we have a partnership agreement. So this establishes the terms and conditions of a partnership between two or more parties who agree to manage and operate a business together. So where two parties decide that, okay, they want to start a business together, like I've been saying, this is a partnership agreement. So next we have the service level agreements. So this defines the quality and scope of services provided by one party to another, ensuring agreed standards are met. So for instance, you're working with a digital marketing company, they're providing a service to you. So next up, licensing agreement. This grants permission to use intellectual property owned by one party under specified conditions. So you guys saw the Luxottican, the glasses, the Safilo. They have the privilege to manufacture all these glasses because the companies, the Dior, the Fendi, and the all those organizations, they've given their license or the license rights, either exclusive or non-exclusive, to these companies to manufacture. They can't manufacture without the permission, so the permission has been granted. Next up, we have independent contractors agreements. This formalizes the relationship between a business and an individual or entity hired to perform specific tasks or services. So an independent contractor is someone out of your organization. So you might be working with a graphic designer who is an independent contractor, a freelancer. So yeah, we have that. Then franchise agreements primarily allows one party to operate a business under the brand and business model of another party. So I'm sure we all are aware of what like a franchise is. Here, Chicken Republic. There are several Chicken Republics everywhere. This is just an example, but it's not solely. It doesn't solely belong to one person. It's like they're like franchise agreements in place for different parties to own and do their work. So general contract terms. So it's important to note that the terms vary subject to the transaction, the type of partnership, collaboration. However, these terms are some of the terms I'm going to be sharing are some of the key terms that should be discussed in depthly. So you're working with a lawyer and like you intend to go into a partnership. Once you're developing your agreements, you need to ask about this specific you need to be aware of all the specific terms and clauses, but these ones are like very important. I'm sure there are like others that are important, but I just feel these ones are like super important. So the objective of the partnership, like what are the two parties coming together? What values are they both bringing? What's the duration and termination, right? Like what's the duration of the partnership? Is it short term? Is it long-term in law? So if you're partner with an organization out of your country, laws are jurisdictional, so it's important for both parties to decide, okay, what law would be the governing law. Then intellectual property rights, you need to be aware of what IPs you own so that you know what rights that you're protecting. Then confidentiality, what do you intend to protect? Then scope of license, this is when a licensing agreement is involved, and the licensing agreement is involved when like it's primarily IP, that's intellectual property based. So this brings me to the end of this presentation. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being a part of the Africa Fashion Lore webinar. We have our webinars every month, and it's always insightful. Ensure to join in and ensure to, let's say, expect our emails.